Okay, I'm here angrily listening to a recording I made last night, and I gotta say, if Bishuasi is really in my phone, listening in to me, I've said this before, she's got to do a better job of how she's trying to reach me, because as far as I can tell, everything that's coming across to me through this phone is just as evil as can be, and here's why, okay? And it could be that Bishuasi did not know this about me, I'm thinking. So if you didn't, I'm telling you now, okay? I've told you over and over, okay? I love you. I haven't even met you, and I'm saying you're my soulmate. So you don't need any more reinsurance from me, okay? That's why I can't believe this is you in there. You've got all the reassurance you could possibly want, okay? But let me go on, okay? I was in this horrific experience in 1987-88, maybe some part of 1986, where I got accused of harassing a woman in your business, Bishuasi, if you're listening, broadcasting. She was in the news part, though. Okay? Meteorology, it is news. It's becoming increasingly news, but it has never been thought of that way, okay? It has never even been thought of as a science till recently, okay? Now it is a bona fide science and so on, and it's becoming news with global warming and all. Meteorology is now ascending to an important place in the news. So meteorologists are going to be increasingly reporters on meteorology, right? We're reporting news just as interesting or of interest to others as national politics and the rest of it. Okay, so let me try to stay on track here, okay? I was in this horrific experience of injustice, and I'm saying that the Lord, Adonai, knocked down that gigantic bridge in Baltimore Harbor as a sign of his disapproval of what Baltimore did to me and others. Okay? But I'm going to look at it from my point of view, from what it did to me, wrecking my life the way it did on the lies, false accusations, and the rest of it. It directed toward me. So all these years later, the Lord struck down their bridge. The Francis Scott Key Bridge, right? Francis Scott Key is the author of the national anthem, of all the lies about America in that song. And the Lord struck down that bridge, okay? So, this injustice, on top of the injustice I was trying to escape from, came down on me as a punishment for trying to escape injustice through the news. And I got punished for it, okay? So the Lord struck down your bridge in Baltimore Harbor for that reason. And he may have more coming your way, all right? It may not be the end of it. Okay, so I was accused of harassment in a court, but apparently it was some kind of light charge. I wouldn't know. To me, it was horrific. Okay, and the public doesn't know light charge from murder mostly. Okay, you get convicted in a court of law. People don't give a damn what it is. Okay, you're not going to be hired. You're going to ask you, were you ever arrested? And you can forget about getting hired anywhere. Just about being arrested. So you were convicted of harassing a woman in journalism. Good luck with that, okay? Well, some years pass and I find out that I can have this crime expunged. That's the term. That means wiped off my record. And I did that. So, you, Bishuasi, by the time you come along and notice me, that crime that so-called crime cannot be found anywhere. It's not on my record at all. Okay? I don't know what access you had to the internet to check up on me, and I haven't never looked myself, but I did. I had to, for something I was doing, probably Italian citizenship, I don't know what it was, I had to get an FBI background check. And I did, and it came back saying, this guy's got a completely clear record. He's got no criminal record whatsoever. From the FBI, okay, criminal background check. There's no criminality in his background. Had that charge, that ridiculously false charge, remained on my record, it would have shown up. So, when you came along into my life, probably around 2018, you might have noticed me, but I put my books online, I think in 2011. I started putting them online, so if you were looking at the internet back in 2011, you might have started reading my books back then. But I think by 2011, that crime had already been expunged anyway. So you weren't going to find it in 2011. It was gone. So you come and you're interested in me, but you don't know about the injustice I experienced in 1988, okay, where I'm convicted in a court, sent to a mental prison, then 2.5 years in a halfway mental prison house, and I got to get a job through a handicapped job agency. I'm hired as a handicapped worker. I'm working the lowliest job at this place, and I'm struggling to stay alive ever afterward. You know nothing about any of that, okay? So you're in broadcasting, and you know nothing about this horrific experience that I went through. So you innocently are going to reach out to me how? Maybe you think I can secret message him through his phone somehow. Well, you're talking to somebody who was imprisoned and tortured and ruined on charges of harassment. Okay? Well, I didn't even do anything close to what is happening on my phone, people listening in. So how do I look at this? I look at this as an outrageous violation of my civil rights. After you've imprisoned me for far less, you're going to come into my phone and have me accept this. You're insane to even think that. But as I say again, had I not gone through what I went through in 1988, God knows what I'd be thinking about this. I had never been charged with harassing anyone, and I see secret messages coming into my phone. Maybe I would have accepted them, I don't know, but I'm not going to accept them now. Not after what I've been through. This is illegal. Hacking a person's phone is illegal, so I'm not going to accept it. Okay, so let's get back to you, Bashua, see if you're listening in. Okay? You're doing something that's already illegal, okay? But maybe you're saying to yourself, there's no other way to do this. Okay? So in that case, I'd say, okay, it's okay for you to do this if there's no other way. Because I love you and I will understand your reasoning processes, why you decided that I gotta reach you this way. However, you're not doing it in a way that I can accept. Okay? And you're not doing it in a way that can distinguish any messages you're trying to send me secretively. The way you're doing this, the bad guy can also do. And the bad guy, he has professionals, okay, who do this as a living. Where they're trying to arrest folks, like for sexual misconduct. Men trying to prey on teenage girls, right? So what do these people do? They impersonate teenage girls on the guy's phone or on his computer. They pretend that they're the teenage girl. And so what I have here is professionals who are highly trained professionals who are consider this their career, even their calling in life, pretending to be you on my phone. So they're breaking the law. If I accept this at all, I'm already in trouble. So once again, I got to say, if you're in there, you're not doing this in a way that can distinguish you from them. Okay? So I can't accept anything there. I'm saying, let's say you were a Jew in Nazi Germany, right? You're up against Nazis, right? You're going to follow laws about conduct and everything when you're dealing with Nazis? No, you're not. And you will permit somebody hacking your phone if you're trying to escape Nazis, right? Because you don't want Nazis to be in there catching you by deceiving you that they are you. Okay, it's the same thing here. So, once again, if this is you, and I'd say there's probably less than 2% chance that you are in this phone at all. But I'm saying, I'm so desperate and I'm so wanting to get together with you, Bashuasi, that I'm taking the time to explore this whole area. Okay, I got plenty of time, right? I'm in my 70s. I've been in this mess for over 40 years. 40 years is a long time to be in a kind of solitary confinement this way, but 40 years is a long time, right? So I'm used to this kind of thing. Day after day after day in injustice, day after day after day under false accusations, day after day after month after year in this kind of a horrific injustice, okay, that's been my life. I'm the crazy uncle of my family. I'm humiliated over and over again by everybody everywhere I go. So I'm used to this, okay? And so I'm going to take the time now. I'm looking down at the message. It's 12 minutes long, okay? 12 minutes in 40 years is a long time? No, it's not. Okay? So there's less than a 2% chance that you're even in this phone or hearing a word I'm saying. But it's worth it to me to clear my head of this garbage that could be being put there by these deceivers who are just evil. I'm looking for words. I am not even a political radical. I am of no concern to anyone. I don't commit crimes. I'm at best, or at worst, however you want to think of this, I'm a creative writer who's unpublished. What have I written? Books of fiction and short stories and this kind of thing. I'm a big threat to the United States. I'm a patriot to the United States. I've always been. So why am I even in this mess? I'm in this mess because I'm the son of a man who was probably in the secret police himself. And I'm saying that him and his buddies and gals and guys that did commit crimes that would be considered crimes against America if they were discovered. And so these folks in the secret police, realizing that I'm a potential witness against them, not being a buddy of the man, their buddy there, the man of the year. I was no friend of his. He tried to kill me, murder me. They may not have known that he did that. They may not have known that he was sexually abusing me, all this. And they were heaping punishments on me for being a bad son when I was nothing of the kind. Okay, so they're all wrong about me all these years, and now they're afraid that I could be a witness against them. That's what this is all about. This is corruption and evil in the United States, 100%. I'm a virtuous man. I've always been that. I'm blameless, I'm upright and good. I've always been that way. And so I am a very good witness for folks who want justice about these crimes committed by people they should be able to trust. Okay? As long as these folks keep these crimes hidden, they feel they were doing these things for America and the end of what they did was justified, the means was justified, because they were trying to help America, they're saying. I'm saying that is not the way you do things in America. The end does not justify the means. You do not break the law for the benefit of America. No, you don't, okay? And you do not have a different set of laws that you go by as secret police than what the population here of citizens goes by. We go by one rule of law in the United States. You're to follow the laws we follow. You break those laws, you're brought to justice for breaking them, and I would do that if I could. Now, that's why I'm in this mess. Just because I'm the son of an evil man. I'm good myself, but I'm the son of an evil man connected up with evil people in the secret police of the United States. These are evil folks, they've done evil, and they're looking to escape. That's the whole story right there. So, Bishuasi, now that you know what I'm telling you about something you did not know or could not have known about me, that I've been severely punished by false accusations that I broke laws. Okay? And these laws that I'm said to have broken, the breaking of those laws was nowhere near as bad. It's what's happening in my phone here, with people hacking into my phone and my wife's phone. This is life-threatening to us. Whether you realize it or not, Bishuasi, if you're in there are people in there that want to destroy me and destroy my wife. Destroy us both. So this is no picnic that you're taking part in, okay? You're in there with murderers. So get some sense in your head. If you're in there and you feel like there's no other way, I'm telling you, I don't see how it could possibly succeed that you're going to reach me through secret messages in my phone. Your enemy there, the secret police, this is their profession, it's not yours. They're going to beat you at this game. You're not going to win against them. So what I'm saying to you now is, after talking for over 17 minutes, give up the idea that you're going to reach me through this phone. Give up that idea, find another way, or forget about me. Well, there. I don't know that you've heard a word I've said, and I got to say, I don't believe you have. Okay? But at least I've satisfied my own desire to make sense of the world that I'm in, and I've explained things the way I would explain them to you if you could hear me. I doubt very much you heard a word of what I just said. I'm saying professionals are in my phone pretending to be you. These are worms. These are evil worms of the United States that ought to be in prison or worse. If I could get them there, I would, but do I think I will? No. No, I don't. But I would if I could. I don't see how I could. Anyway, here's my message. Today is, I believe it's the 17th of, it's Friday the 17th of July, 2026, and the time is, it's between 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. in the morning.